passing. Okay. Wait. Hmm. So students, see the all the topics are written here now. Actually, they are related. Like object and class are related. Data abstraction and encapsulation are related. Inheritance is different, but overloading and polymorphism is related. Dynamic binding and message passing both are related. Okay, so now we will start. See, now first of all, coming on to the what is object. See, object are the building block for designing a program. An object is a collection of data member and associated member function. Object may represent a person, place, or table. Object is identified by a unique name. Example: apple, orange, or mango. First of all, please read the definition, then I will explain you. Okay, now coming on to the class. So see, class is made up of the user-defined data type with the help of class. Class is a collection of objects that have identical properties. See what is here written here? Class is a collection of objects. So note this point. One class is defined, then any number of object is created. That means देखो क्या है मुझे ना एक रूम को लॉक करना है फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई वांट टू लॉक अ रूम तो जैसे ही मेरा वो लॉकर बन गया तो आई कैन मेक सो मेनी काइंड ऑफ कीज ऑफ सिंगल लॉकर नो एम आई राइट स्टूडेंट्स एक ताले की है ना एक ताले की बहुत सारी चाबियां बन सकती है ना लेकिन तो सिमिलरली एक क्लास की बहुत सारे ऑब्जेक्ट्स बन सकते हैं दैट मीन्स ऑफ अ सिंगल क्लास देयर कैन बी हैविंग सो मेनी काइंड ऑफ ऑब्जेक्ट्स ओके now fourth property is classes are the user defined data type for example planet sun moon okay so now okay students so we have discussed about the classes and objects okay so बहुत ही simple सा logic है for example you people are in class like in this google meeting only we are having our class so as you can see in this class there are around 87 students in my class no so you all are the function of my class okay because you people are listening to me and I am delivering my lecture on this class no so I am the main class I am the main class that means I am the main function I am the main function and you people are the other function in my class. Okay. Now somebody wants to like for example, I want to execute that class. So for the same, I'll have to take your meeting. See, ये मीटिंग को ऑर्गेनाइज करने के पहले व्हाट आई डिड फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई गो टू गूगल मीट एंड शेयर द लिंक एंड देन फाइनली यू पीपल एंटर्ड इनटू माय क्लास मतलब ये होता है कि क्लास इज ए कलेक्शन ऑफ सो मेनी काइंड ऑफ फंक्शन class is a collection of so many kind of function and to execute those function we need object students समझ में आया understood all of you okay again I'll explain yes see class is a collection of member function and data type this is a definition all of you please write down class is a collection of member function and data members class is a collection of member function and data member okay so to access those function of a class we need object to access those function in a class we need object this is called as the object now see I am writing something in my notebook okay see this is my class this is my class is this visible to all of you students this is my class okay this is my class okay and this is the entrance of my class but this is locked and this class is having so many things like it is having duster it is having eraser it is having pen it is having blackboard it is having table it is having chair that means it is having so many kind of thing but because the class is locked I can't access it no I can't access it this class is having so many kind of things and all these things I am calling these things as a function okay Again, I'll repeat my sentence. Okay, students. See, I have given you example. This is a class, and here it is. They are having is the duster is there, eraser is there, chalk is there, blackboard is there, pen is there, pencil is there, chair is there, table is there. That means so many things are there in class. But this class is locked. But this class is locked. Now I want to access all these things which are present in my class, and these things I am calling it as a function. So how will I access it? First of all, I'll have to unlock my class. I'll have to unlock my class. And to unlock my class, I will need an object. I will need my key, no? I will need my key, and that key I am calling it as an object. That means to provide communication, to provide communication in between all the functions used in class, we will need an object. अभी समझ में आया क्या? हमारी ये क्लास है, हमारी ये क्लास है। ओके, हमारे हमारे क्लास, अरे आप अपने घर का एग्जांपल लो यार, आपका घर ना बंद है, लेकिन आपके घर में जितनी भी चीजें हैं वो सारी आपके लिए है ना, वो आपके लिए यूजफुल है। ऑल दोज थिंग्स आर एक्चुअली नीडेड बाय यू पीपल, नो, बट बिकॉज इफ योर होम इज लॉक you can't access all those things, no? So to unlock your home, you need your lock key. Similarly, class के function को, similarly when you want to access the function of your class, you will need a key, and that key is called as the object. So student, this is the main property of object oriented programming. देखो, all the languages which are the example for the POP, no, they were not using class. Class is the main property of the object oriented programming, and the class is the only entity which is providing security. क्लास का एक बाय डिफॉल्ट फीचर होता है कि ऑल द क्लासेस आर बाय डिफॉल्ट प्राइवेट। मतलब ये होता है क्लासेस जितनी भी होती है सारी सिक्योर होती है, वो बाय डिफॉल्ट प्राइवेट ही होती है, मतलब वो लॉक्ड होती है। एंड इफ यू वांट टू एक्सेस दोज फंक्शन प्रेजेंट इन योर क्लास, you will have to use some kind of object, plus you will have to make that class public. Make that class, what is now the meaning of this public private, I will tell you later. For now, simply you just understand this thing, that all the classes are by default private, and to access all those functions we will need an object. Okay students, so this is the definition of class. Class is nothing but just a collection of data member and member function, and to use those member function of our class, we need an object. Object is a basic runtime entity which is used to execute all the functions present in my class. So now is this clear to all of you students? Okay, देखो, तो यही दो प्रॉपर्टी से you will see the remaining property also, because all the properties, as I said told you, all the properties are interrelated. See, classes and objects. So class provides security, class provides security, and to execute the function present in my class, I need an object. So what actually object is doing? Our object is normally providing a communication between the function present in my class. That means object is doing message passing. Now all of you, I am again sharing my PPT. See, all of you look onto this slide. See, there is a topic. See, at the last one, this is the message passing, no? Message passing, no? So message passing is provided by whom? By object. So object is used to do message passing in the class. So now I think message passing is also clear to you people. Am I audible to you people, students? See, so message passing is a feature which is actually provided by the object only. Okay, students. So classes and objects is clear. Now coming on to the next point is data abstraction and encapsulation. See, now first of all, read the definition. Abstraction refers to the process of representing the essential features without including the background details. And encapsulation means wrapping up of data and function into a single unit is called as the data encapsulation. Okay, so students, see, there are two features. There are two features which are the data abstraction and data encapsulation. So data abstraction and data encapsulation both property came from the type of class only. See, all of you now look onto this book. Is this visible to all of you students? Okay. See, the first two property which we have seen is the class and the object. Okay. Yes, yes, I'm paused. I'm using Wi-Fi. Wait. Uh, Now am I clear? Okay, no problem, no problem, no problem. Uh, Krishna, am I visible to you? Students? Acha, he left. Okay, so now continue our class again. Okay, so see, we are having two property. First is called as the class and second is called as the object. And as I told you, message passing. I am writing the short form. Okay, all of you, I hope that you will understand. This MP, this message passing is coming from where? From the object only, or we can say message passing is done by the object only. Okay, and this class is providing two kind of feature. First is the abstraction, and second is called as the encapsulation. Again, I am telling you, this class is having two property. First is called as the abstraction and second is called as the encapsulation. Okay, students. So now, what is the meaning of abstraction and what is the meaning of encapsulation? While the starting of the lecture only, I told you class is secure or class is locked. Class is locked. And to access our class, we need an object. Okay. So abstraction and encapsulation is the meaning of that kind of thing only. Abstraction means wrapping up of data, showing all the essential features and hiding up the unessential features of our program. This is called as the abstraction. That means showing the essential detail to the user. For example, one customer came into the bank, okay, and he want to know his balance, his account balance. So that banker will simply show his account balance to only him. No, he will not show his other detail like all this kind of FD you are having in your account. You are having some kind of mutual funds also. You are investing all these funds also. No, he only asked for his account statement. That's it. So that what is been shown by the bank to him. No, that will what bank do, that means bank will show only those things which has been asked by the user only. That means what actually user need, what user need. For example, you people came to me and you are asking me that madam please explain me the program of hello by using java. So I will explain you that only that program. I will not start from the first topic to the last. That means I will do only that thing for which you are asking to me. Okay, so this is called as the abstraction. जो हमने पूछा है, जो यूजर मुझसे पूछ रहा है, मैं वही करूंगा, बाकी की मैं और चीजें नहीं बताऊंगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैंने आपसे कहा कि यार आपकी कार कौन सी है, तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपने कहा कि i20. तो दैट मीन्स दिस आंसर इज इनफ फॉर मी ना. आई आस्क यू what is the name of your car, you told me that I am having i20 car. That is enough. You will not say madam my car is having this feature, madam we have two seats at the front line, and the second we are having three seats, then we are having music system, we are having these all things. No, only the thing which I am asking to you, you will give me a short answer, you will give me a quick reply that madam I am having this car, the name of my car is i20. That's what I want. This is called as the data abstraction. That means showing only essential features and hiding all the unrequired thing from the user. This is called as the abstraction. So is this clear to all of you students? Students, is this clear to you? All of you look into the book. Look into the book. See, in the real life situation, you might have noticed that you need not require to know details of the technology to operate the system or device. Yes, actually it is. See, if suppose I am using WhatsApp, then what is my task? I simply want to send my message from one person to another. That's what I need. I don't want to understand the technology or the processing which is done by the WhatsApp. How WhatsApp is creating that message, how WhatsApp is sending that message, how actually this competition is going on. I don't want to go the technology which is running behind my system. I simply want to send my message. That's what this data abstraction is doing. That means it is not showing you the procedure which is going, which is running at the back end. It is simply telling you the answer which for you have asked. For example, take an example of Google. गूगल से आपको कोई मूवी डाउनलोड करना है, तो फॉर एग्जांपल मैंने मैंने वहाँ पर टाइप किया एनी काइंड ऑफ मूवी, तो मैंने उस मूवी का नाम टाइप किया, तो जैसे ही मैं वो एंटर प्रेस करूंगी तो वहाँ पे वो मूवी के मल्टीपल ऑप्शन ओपन हो जाएंगे। ठीक है, वो ये नहीं बताएगा कि ये मूवी किसने अपलोड करी, ये मूवी कहाँ से आई, ये मूवी किस डेट पर आई, ये मूवी क्यों आई, ये मूवी किसने बनाई, इस मूवी में कौन कौन एक्टर थे, वो ये नहीं बताएगा। इट विल सिंपली गिव यू आंसर for the question you have asked for. So this is called as the data abstraction. That means you people are showing only essential feature for which the user is asking for. So now I think you people are clear. Am I clear to all of you students? Okay. So now look in the book. For example, you drive a car. When you are using steering wheel, accelerator, clutch and brake. You are not bothered about how they are designed and to do their function. यस, आप एक कार को ड्राइव कर रहे हो तो आप उस कार के फीचर्स को यूज कर रहे हो। यू पीपल आर यूजिंग ऑल द फीचर्स ऑफ दैट कार, यू पीपल आर यूजिंग एक्सीलेटर, यू पीपल आर यूजिंग क्लच ब्रेक, but you people are not bothered about how my car is running, how much and what, why, how all these things are actually happening in my car. You people are not bothered about all these things, no, just simply you are doing your work. Okay, so that means this is called as data abstraction. That means showing the essential features and hiding up the unessential features. See, definition is also given here. See, data abstraction is defined as the act of representing the essential features without knowing the background detail. All of you people can note this point also. See, data abstraction is defined as the act of representing the essential feature without knowing the background detail. So this is called as the data abstraction. So now am I clear to all of you students? Okay. Now coming on to the second point, which is called as the encapsulation. See, मैंने सबसे पहले आपको क्या एग्जांपल दिया था? I gave you example. This is the class and it is having so many kind of function, no? And this class is wrapping up all this function into it. Yes, am I right? Yes. So this class is wrapping up all this function, no? So this property is called as the encapsulation. So what is encapsulation? Nothing. Wrapping up of data into single unit. And what is that unit? That unit is nothing. It is a class only. Okay, wrapping up of data into single unit. For example, आप स्कूल में जाते हो तो आपके पास में वहां पे ले जाने के लिए बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं. You have so many kind of things to take to your school. Like for example, you will pack all your books, your pen, your pencil, your tiffin, and any kind of sheet. And if suppose teacher is asking for kind of SUPW project, that also you will keep in your bag. So your bag is being sealed by your chain, no, it's being sealed by your chain. So that bag is having collection of so many kind of data, no, so many kind of function, no. Your bag is having tiffin bottle, your bag is having books, your bag is having pen, pencil, all these things are the collection, are collectively is there in your bag only, in your school bag. So that's what is encapsulation. You people are wrapping up your all data into your unit, and that unit for you is here is your bag, is called as the encapsulate. That means wrapping up of data into single unit is called as the encapsulation. So students, am I clear to all of you? This is called as the encapsulation. Here we are going to wrap up all kind of data into single unit. This is called as the encapsulation. So now we are done with this one more property. Again I am sharing my screen. Okay, so now this is clear to you. Data abstraction refer to process of representing essential feature, and encapsulation is what? Wrapping up of data into single unit. This is the diagram also given. The diagram is given for the Diagram is given for the, see, one capsule is drawn here. Is it visible to you people? See, one capsule is here. है ना, one capsule. So this capsule is doing what? It is simply wrapping up its medicine into its capsule. This is also example of the data encapsulation. So now moving forward, coming on to the inheritance. All of you look at the definition. Inheritance is a process by which one object can acquire and use the property of another object. Again, I am repeating this sentence. Inheritance is the process by which one object can acquire and use the properties of the another object. That means we are having two objects, okay, and we want to use the properties from one to another. So in this kind of scenario, we will use the inheritance. The new class is known as the derived class or subclass. See, all of you please look onto this diagram. There are three classes. First is the base class, second is the derived one, and third is the derived one, okay. That means the superior class, the parent class is also is called as the base class, and the child class is called as the derived class. Now I'll explain you this. See, inheritance. See, one of the main advantage of the OOP is also this, that OOP facilitate user data sharing, or we can say data reusability. And this feature, data reusability, comes from the property named as the inheritance only. Okay, students. So the property of reusability comes from the inheritance only. So now coming on to what is inheritance. Let's say for example, I have two class. I have two class, and for example, class 1 is having abundant amount of chalk, and class 2, in class 2 there are no chalk, and now teacher want to borrow one chalk from class 1. So then what class 2 teacher will do? He will simply go to class 1 and ask permission to class 1 that may I please have one chalk from you people. Then what will you do? You will simply give that chalk to the class 2. That's what it's doing, no? So this is called as the inheritance. That means if you want to use any kind of feature from the class 1, then you can do if you are following inheritance. So there are around five type of inheritance. First is called as single level, multi-level, multiple, hierarchical, and hybrid. That I'll explain you later. So for now, take an example of you people only. Like you people are the child of your parents. You people are the child of your parents. Okay. तो आपको देखकर कई लोग कहते होंगे कि यार you look like your father or you look like your mother. Why? Because you are having the properties of your parents. No, you are having the heredity, you are having the genetic properties of your parent. That's why you people are looking like your parents. Why? Because you have inherited. Note my point. Because you have inherited the property from your parents to you. So for you people, if we will apply this topic into you people, then your parents are actually your base class and you are their child class, and child class is also called as the derived class. So the property of inheritance, is this clear to all of you students? I am giving a practical example. Class A. Class A. Now for example, class A is having two variable A and B. Now there is another class named as class B. Now class C is having the variable C. Now see, I want to, let's say for example, store the addition of result in C. For example, I want to add two value A and B and I want to store the result in C. But that C is present in B, no? So B will have to inherit class A. B will have to inherit class A. This is called as the inheritance. That means if you want to use any kind of data member from the parent class, then you will have to use inheritance in your program. That means inheritance means nothing, simply the feature named as reusability. Feature is reusability. That means if you want to If you want to use the feature from parent class to the child class, then you will go for the inheritance. This is called as the inheritance. So am I clear to all of you students? Okay. Okay, so this is called as the inheritance. That means using the feature from the base class to the derived class. Base class is also called as the parent class, and derived class is also called as the child class. Types of inheritance I will tell you later. Till now, all of you please read your book, page number 4. While programming, we may need to create multiple classes to meet our requirement. Under such circumstances, it may happen that some of the features of one class are shared by the another class. This mechanism in which one class acquires the feature of another class is called as the inheritance. The class that is inherited is the superclass or base class, and one class that inherits from the base is called as the subclass. That's what I explained, you know. So many time it happen when you want to acquire your property from the base class to derived class. So in this kind of scene, you will use what? You will go for the inheritance. Okay, students. So now I think this is clear to you, and we are also done for the day today. Is all the topic which I explained you today is clear to